So you've been in the UFC a minute, but I think a lot of people would say it's your biggest fight yet. What's the feeling like for this one?
It's no ordinary than any other fight. I know he's got a really big name. I know this fight can skyrocket me and excel my name and get me into that top 10, start getting ranked. But it's the same as always. Back, same office, working just as hard, training just as hard, and I'm ready for the task at hand.
It's been almost a year since your last fight. Was there any particular reason for the long layoff?
Man, just honestly, just the COVID, man. Like I was one of the few people I had the keys to my gym, so I was training all through, and I was ready to fight. And I had a couple people turn down a couple opportunities to fight me, and this is just a thing that came up, so I took this opportunity, and here I am right now, and I'm ready to perform. I'm ready to start getting this title run going.
You talk about COVID. Was it difficult to bring in specific training partners to prepare for Zubaira, or were you able to handle it all in house?
In the first beginning, before I even had a fight coming up, it was hard to get training partners just because everything was on lockdown. But the last 3 4 months it's been perfectly normal. I've been getting my wrestlers in, been getting my jiu-jitsu specialists in, getting my boxers in, getting my Muay Thai kickboxers in, getting my MMA sparring partners in, and everything's been back to business and normal, and we've been training just as hard as usual.
How's the Fight Island experience been for you with everything?
It was really good. The plane trip was really good. The only thing that's different is the sleep schedule, but I got it dialed in. We got my sleep schedule all set, and we're ready to go.
Final question: what makes Zubaira so dangerous as an opponent?
He's got a good left hook. You know what I mean? And he's a decent wrestler, but I've dealt with that camp before. I've dealt with wrestlers before, and there's nothing he's got that I can't deal with. And I'm looking to put this guy away when I see him start to fade.
Hey, thank you and best of luck.
Thank you.
And we'll take our next questions from Gavin Porter with UFC.com.
All right, man. So I wanted to ask, get that long-awaited last fight. How good did that feel? That moment feel to be, New York and get a like.
Well, my KO was actually in Edmonton, New York. I fought Julio Arce, but that was the biggest venue I've ever fought at the Garden, and it was a good experience. It was crazy. The president was there, and The Rock was there. It was the BMF title. You know what I mean? It was a good event. Julio Arce was a good fighter, and it was definitely a good win to put on my resume.
You come off of the 4 fight win. You're basically gonna make it 5 in a row. What kind of statement does that make about you being a real contender moving?
It means my next fight should 100% without question be a top 10, and I can start, getting ranked and, like I said, making my title run and really going for it. I'm ready.
When you look at the featherweight division, there's a Shark Tank. There's a lot of big names out there and good guys. So you look at where you're coming from and your ability to break into that. How excited are you to be considered one of those guys?
I'm super excited. The featherweight division is one of the deepest, I think, is the deepest division in the UFC. But at the same time, I'm a shark, and I'm on the same level as these guys, if not better. This is my, 71st fight coming up. I'm a former world champion kickboxer. I was the best amateur decorated kickboxer there was. So, there's nothing I haven't been through, nothing I can't handle, and I'm definitely at the top of these guys, and I'm right there with them.
My last question is: can you think of a better opportunity than being on another pay-per-view card on Fight Island with coming through a pandemic and all these adversity and all these obstacles to get into that top 10 that you want?
Yeah, man, they're definitely giving me the best opportunity. This is the first fight back on Fight Island. Everybody's gonna be watching. It's a big main event. They got me on the main card, and I'm gonna make the most of this opportunity.
We'll take our next question from Martina Silik. Your line is open.
Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you doing?
Well, thank you. So, a couple of questions from me. First of all, you said that you would like to fight with somebody from top 10 in rankings.
Hmm.
Is there somebody that you have on eye?
There's no one specific right now. I got to look at the exact rankings of everybody, but at the same time, I'm not gonna disrespect my opponent and underestimate him. So I'm just focusing at one fight at a time. But as soon as I get my hand raised after this fight, I'll definitely have a call out for the next victim I want.
So what can you say about Zubaira Tukhugov? What kind of a fighter is he? What do you think about his MMA skills?
He's got a big overhand left and a big overhand right the first 3 minutes of the fight. He's a decent wrestler, but it's not my first time fighting somebody from that camp. I've put away people from that camp before. And I feel like my skill set is a lot more than his. I'm a lot more diverse. I have a lot more weapons that I can use at my disposal. And I feel it's a good matchup. And I hope he's not underestimating me because I'm more than ready to put him away.
The last one from me is about Fight Island. How do you feel there? How many times were you tested for COVID? And do you feel safe as a person there?
I definitely feel safe. I think I've been tested 3 times, two or three times so far. I feel safe. They've been really precautious. We had the quarantine here. We had the quarantine in Vegas. I think everyone's COVID free, and I think they're really taking the safety precautions very serious here. And I feel like everything is okay.